Hey guys, welcome to Tea for Two. Today we'll be making 3 flavours of Financiers with 1 batch of batter. Usually when I make Financiers, I like to use these rectangular silicone moulds, purely because I like the shape and that they don't require any prep. You can just put the batter in directly and bake it, but if you don't have one of these, you can use a standard or even a mini muffin pan. Just remember to line them with butter and flour. We're going to start by preheating a fan-assisted oven to 200 degrees Celsius, and then we can make a start on the brown butter. As always, we want to add the butter to a light-coloured pan and heat it on a low heat, stirring constantly until it has melted, boiled and foamed. Once the furious crackling sound disappears and the butter is a beautiful golden brown, we can take it off the heat and set it aside to cool. In the meantime, we can work on the next key ingredient for a financier, the almond flour. You can use store-bought or make your own, it doesn't matter as long as the flour is finely ground. You can ensure this by running the flour through a blender for a minute or so, or if you're lazy like me, just sift the almond flour until you have 50 grams and save the larger chunks for blending another day. Once you have enough sifted almond flour, add in the plain flour and set that aside. So next we need the egg whites from 3 eggs. Everyone has their preferred way of doing this, so use whichever method you're most comfortable with. Once we have all the egg whites in the bowl, loosen it up a little with a whisk until it just starts to foam. Something like this will do. At this point, we can combine everything little by little, starting with the vanilla, honey, and sugar. Make sure you whisk on a low speed to start, so the icing sugar doesn't blow up in your face, and once it's mostly submerged in the egg, you can up the speed to really whisk some air into the mixture. Since we're not using any baking powder, we want to whisk until the mixture is pale and creamy. Next, add in the bowl of flour, and on low speed again, mix until just combined. You might want to scrape down with a spatula here to make sure there are no hidden lumps of flour. And then once you're ready, check that the brown butter has cooled to between 40 and 50 degrees Celsius. Before pouring it in, and again on low speed, mix until just combined. Finally, give the whole bowl another scrape down with a spatula, and then our financier batter is done. I like to transfer the batter to a jug so that I can simply pour it into the baking tins or use a spoon if I want more control. A general rule of thumb is to fill each hole around half full, or if you want to be more precise, it's about 30 grams of batter for the silicone mould and standard muffin pan, or 15 grams for the mini muffin pan. For toppings, I'm going with 3 classic flavours: chocolate chip, almonds and raspberries. You can of course use whatever toppings you feel like. Just gently sprinkle them over the top of the batter. Just before you put the tray in to bake, turn the oven down to 180 degrees Celsius and then bake for 10 to 15 minutes. You'll know they're done when they're golden brown and have started to come away from the sides of the pan. And that's it, 1 batch of Financiers with as many different flavours as you want to make. We hope you enjoyed watching this video on Financiers as much as we enjoyed eating them. And I hope you join us next week when we'll bring you more recipes that make a perfect tea for 2.